Hello and welcome to Jo-ttack on Titan. I am Jim.
I'm Sam.
And you're here. We're here. Bit late. Day late, dollar short, as they say. Talking about episode 82 of Attack on Titan, the anime. No spoilers. What else do we do? Oh, we are an Attack on Titan review watch podcast. You know the drill. I don't know why I have this weird slow build up to Attack. Maybe because this episode was kind of like a slow build up to Attack.
In case you don't know, Jim has finished it. I have not, so this is just these are my brand new experiences for me.
So this episode's called Sunset, which conveniently takes place, or predominantly takes place during sunset.
Yes.
Finally, after maybe 20? No, more. Maybe 60 or so episodes, we finally have an Annie episode.
She's finally free. Oh, she's appeared.
She has appeared, but she hasn't had real focus. She's had little bits and pieces. Annie, obviously being one of my favorite characters.
We know.
I love Annie. I kind of want to talk about Annie.
Really?
There's a bit of hand waving of Annie's atrocities here. I would call them atrocities. On the war crime scale. So I think we maybe talk about that a bit.
We basically get, we get the Hitch. See what Hitch is doing during this, which is just basically just helping out survivors and everything. And...
So one thing I really like, and this is something I don't remember if they show in detail in the manga. They might. I just probably forget. But I really like that we're seeing the wall Titan carnage.
Yes,
because the walls are so close to where people live. There's going to naturally be at least some of the things have to walk out of it by walking over some shit. And Eren, they keep saying that they're walking in a straight line, which I guess is probably a good way to minimize damage. But still, there's going to be people no matter what. You're going to have to go through people no matter what. So unfortunately, there are Paradise casualties. But it's interesting because we see there's kind of two sides already. There's people who are
Jaegerists.
There's the Jaegerists, and then the
normal people.
Yeah, the normies. And they're basically hey, Eren Yeager is actually an asshole because he killed my child.
Destroyed my house.
We just need to add
Poison our crops.
We need to add this to the list of murdered children that Eren is responsible for. Several.
Several dozen.
Several dozen, at least so far, that we know. There probably are more kids under rubble in other places around Paradise, but we don't know.
I mean, we saw 2 kids dying from his fight with or caused by his fight with a warhammer. So
it's true, and not a great guy. I would say Eren Yeager. He's a little messed up. He's a little problematic. Bit of a problematic fave.
It's a phase. This kids, just teenagers going through a phase.
Technically, he is still a teen. So. All right, speaking of teenagers, so we see...
Oh, God. Why do you use the segue like that?
I mean, they're all teenagers still.
But
Annie, devised a very interesting strategy here. So she basically set up a situation to, ambush somebody. She left, fake, goo prints.
Well, I feel like she left them there anyway, and, by default, and it was the least of the room, because she was still exhausted because she was still leaning on the wall because she had no energy really.
She was, but the way that she did it, we didn't see.
Yeah, she lured into the room and then ducked behind the side of the room but in the room was dark, so you couldn't actually see where the footprints probably.
But no, you could see the footprints went the other way. It didn't go behind the door. She intentionally. She must have followed the perimeter. This is
a lot of work for her.
Such a level of detail that I guess we can appreciate the level of detail that they put into this scene. But yeah, so hilariously, Annie is still 14. She's still in her original body. She's not aged a day. Also, she has had no nourishment. So she tries to ambush Hitch, and she has her little ring point. She's I'm gonna cut your throat. Which is
something I feel everybody from the Warriors should have, the transformation ring.
You think so?
It's such a useful tool for undercover.
I still go by the idea that you could just bite your cheek at any time. You could literally bite your tongue at any time. But it's also just
multi-use, just for those espionage things that that Annie could use it to attempt to slit a throat.
We did see her use it for that reason, or for that purpose, in the OVAs as well. Which, if you've not seen, this is gonna be the last time I guess I recommend them. The Annie OVAs are so good.
Hey, they're on Crunchyroll now.
They are on Crunchyroll now. Yeah, they're so fucking good. They're way better than they have any right to be.
Any other OVA.
I want 4 seasons of them stat. Give me like Annie adventures, like fighting like drug lords and
fighting the corruption inside the wall.
What was the drug called? It was called like, it wasn't called copium, but it was like really similar. It was like copiine or something.
Something like that. I forget. It's been a while since we watched it.
I can't believe there's not more jokes about that in like the Attack on Titan fan base.
They got a lot more things like to bitch about, I guess.
It's true. They really do. But so yeah, and then Hitch like throws her on the ground. She's like, you were like a granny. like you're so freaking weak. You've been in that crystal for literally how long? It's been like
4 years.
4? It has been 4?
I think she said for 4 years I listened to you talk
That's
about
right. She
boys.
did say that. I always like my chronology of like when like the end of season 3 happened versus like when the end of season 1 happened.
You have to gauge it by like Aaron's hair length. I feel like he's been like 2 years like from where season 3 ended, from like, you know, with building the railroads and all that stuff, and to the other 2 years seems to be undercover.
So what I think happened is I think seasons 1 through 3 take place in like a few months, and then there's a time skip in the very last episode of season 3 that goes forward a year.
Yeah,
and then we have like I guess an additional 3, as you said. Like
because we have definitely at least a year with Aaron still over there, and then eventually him just going overseas pretending to be injured soldier guy for like a year.
Yeah. Which I'm still really interested as how he was able to like.
Yeah.
Did he like singe his like skin so that it would not
regenerate?
Like, yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know the logistics of
Titan regeneration,
Titan regeneration, or harming yourself like that.
So yeah, and I mean like, there's really not like the visuals are really cool. I want to just say again, like I was very concerned about how the rumbling would look. And I'm very impressed as how they're doing it so far.
I was impressed by some of the horse animation and like her like unraveling like the horse like not like leash but like the reins.
The reins, correct?
Yeah.
Even the part where she like she put the reins on. And she like brushed the horse's hair back.
Yeah, it's like
that was a really nice little detail.
It's like the guy like I don't have any Levi scenes yet, so I guess I'll just go crazy with this horse.
So yeah, it's those little touches that really make the world feel like more lived in, and like. A lot of just really cool visuals, like the color in this whole episode is like
going with that sunset palette, essentially.
Yeah, we have like these just really beautiful like dark reds.
Sunset's a good, like, always a good visual color scheme to go with for backgrounds.
It's very true.
Especially with the rumbling, with like you see the silhouettes basically moving. It's really cool, and you see like you kind of see better with like the carnage of everything as well, where you just see like everything kind of like has that red, that more reddish like. Bad like blood kind of like
it just makes everything feel bad, like bad things are happening. This ain't good.
Yes. So yeah, basically this Hitch rides off with Annie essentially, and they basically just have a talk. They have a girl talk
They have girl talk,
yeah,
which is about genocide.
But yeah, because Hitch talks about everything and about like, you know, I talked to you for 4. This is like the first conversation they basically finally had together now after a long like actual conversation of not just Annie just ignoring her, even not in the crystal, but like basically before that where she just kind of blows off Hitch for the most part or doesn't like communicate with her.
The only other times we've seen them, like it's mostly Hitch just talking at Annie. So
yeah,
things kind of didn't change when Annie was in the crystal.
It's like those two friends are people that just talk, like her and what's her name? Was it Marco? Not Marco.
Oh no, what's his name? Joshu hair.
Yeah.
What's his name? Like
Marlo.
Marlo. Good job.
I was close.
Yes. There's too many like Mar characters. Marcel, Marlo, Marco.
she had a weird type with people named Mar, and they never end well, I guess. But yeah, but like they either talk to each other or just talk at her, and she just barely responds. It was just a whatever.
Yeah, it's just who she is, and like we even see, like it's really just a product of her upbringing, because like this is kind of what she goes into here. Hitch makes a joke. She's like, what is this, your life story? She's like, you can listen to me talk. It's been 4 years of only hearing you talk. You can listen to my life story for like 5 minutes.
So we learned that she was somewhat conscious. Like it was like a dream state, not like completely like just like not able to trap, but she was like in like a dream where all she heard was the faraway voice of Hitch and Army, were the only two people that would visit her. Yeah. So she's probably why she didn't go fucking crazy was because of those two.
And like thinking about like that. It's pure darkness too. She says like when it wasn't those distant voices, it was just pure darkness. So kind of insane that she is not crazy, that she was able to keep her wits about her. Like I think the whole thing with, and if we presume that like once Armin ate Bertold, that's probably when he started going. So he's been going this whole time. It's been like maybe a few months initially before he started visiting her regularly.
Basically probably visited her like 4 years. Other than like the small break he had like going over to invade the city and everything.
Yeah, his little expeditions and war crimes. But it's convenient
that now she knows everything that's going on. Aaron's voice did talk to her as well.
Yeah, we mentioned it last time, but like the reason why she's even out is because like Aaron undid the hardening around the walls and everything.
And she doesn't really have a plan really, other than just to get away from like everybody.
Well, her plan is that she wants to go home. That's like
she has to get her plan, but like
Annie's big goal is I
want
to go see my daddy. But she
hasn't thought about it. Like there's like no one like we know the extent of like what's going on, but she doesn't really know because she doesn't really ask what the hell's going on right now with the rumbling. Like, all she sees is the rumbling happening.
Yeah,
the thing that she was sent to prevent just happened.
It's more so like we know that Annie's a character that's like very survival based, so she probably was just trying to get like away from the city, and then she would have figured shit out eventually. But her whole thing is like, she has this big goal now. So Annie never really had a goal before. We didn't really know what Annie's goal was, but now we know. Because we've always heard about the dad
It was always implied that to get back to her dad was like finish the mission so she can get back home essentially.
Yeah, but now we really have like a fleshed out reason, and we see like an extended flashback.
She was
she was abandoned, so that's not even
baby
her father
from an affair. So yeah, it's like her adopted father. But you know, as we learn a lot of things, family is more than blood.
It's true. It's about found family.
About found family.
It's about your found family beating the shit out of you every day until they...
To make you the perfect warrior.
until they regret it.
Until you regret right before you're about to get shipped away, they regret it.
Okay, that is like really funny.
He still belongs in the League of Bad Dads.
Just because like you regret what you did, like that, he raised her from a baby. He did that literally, when did they go? They were like 12. So he literally did that for like 12 years, beat the shit out of her every day until she beat him back.
So he couldn't walk.
And then he's sorry. I'm sorry now that you beat me. Like, of course you fucking are.
I don't want you to go. I grew attached to beating the shit out of you.
Yeah, but unfortunately, she has Stockholm Syndrome, so she also cries, and she's like, yes, I will come back, Daddy.
Fucking people have issues. Everybody has issues here in the show.
I guess in the Attack on Titan universe, you just kind of take what you can get. If you have to take the bad dad, you have to take the bad dad.
Yeah, trauma. Everybody has bad dads for the most part, or dead dads.
Yeah, I mean, look at Reiner. Reiner's a character that he basically just reinvents his like reality to whatever situation he's in to make things seem better for himself.
I mean, yeah, he's on that copium, just like
season 1 and 2. Reiner's like copium, like he's literally like huffing the copium.
Pretty like the whole like Marco, like the Marco stuff is like hilarious just to see like the scene like why is this happening? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still love Reiner. I think Reiner's great, but it's great. Like his psychotic breaks are so awesome.
He's so mentally unwell. One of the most mentally unwell characters in the show for different reasons than like Aaron, who's mentally unwell.
All right, here's my fan theory for how the series is going to end. Aaron is going to make a big therapy room. He's going to sit every character down and
he makes like
time.
Out of the Warhammer thing. He just makes a little like spike table thing, like lay down and like talk.
In the past, he's gonna freeze time.
Aaron would be the last person to use talk no jutsu to like try like therapy everybody. Like,
all right, he'll get Armin.
Yeah, Armin or Sasha's dad
into giving everyone therapy, and then Ryan will be like, you know what? Maybe I do have some unresolved.
Why is my therapist the guy who ate my friend? Who ate my best friend?
And then they're just like, no. Remember you were like, you grew up with them, like they're your best friends.
He's
like,
here.
Oh, yeah.
He's inside of him.
And Ryan's like, yeah, that's right.
He's right here in my heart. Like,
I did eat him, but he's closer than you think.
We're like brothers, but closer.
So,
but yeah, basically, we got that flashback. We got her motivation. That's basically it. And they just go off, and that's when we kind of cut to everything else that's going on. Because we jump around a lot.
Yeah, I really like. Also, just to talk about Annie for one more minute. I like how they show, I forget his name. He has a name, but like Annie's dad. They show him like as a younger dad, and he's like really big and strong. But then when Annie fucks him up, he gets like fat and like he's more pathetic.
Well, she said when she was able to beat him finally, she kept delivering back the pain that he gave her, so that he couldn't stand. So we have to assume that he kind of fucked up his knee, so he couldn't actually like.
Well, yeah, we actually knew that before. I think in the OVA even she mentioned it. Like I think they might even show a scene. It's funny because like the way it was depicted in the OVA and like in season 1, they always show it in like a forest.
Yeah.
And then once you learn about the internment zones, it's kind of like, why are they in a forest?
This is just a place open. Like, it's slightly a slightly bigger yard to do kickboxing.
Yeah, and they kind of try and do something with that. They make it like they put a few trees here, but it's like still clearly in the internment zone,
or like a park or something.
Yeah. Also, he is foreign born. That's another thing they said. He's also not like natively from Marley, but he is an Eldian.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like that detail of him, like, yeah, she fucked him up, so now he's soft, like he's not really in the best shape anymore because he's not beating children
and
up.
we do see like because we do see the Marlians like try to like tell the guards about the Eren dream.
Oh yeah.
All the guards are just like, yeah, it's stupid. You're all in on it. Fuck you, and just be like, y'all, you guys are idiots.
They do the classic Attack on Titan thing where a character is being told the truth and
everybody
they clench their teeth and their eyes are like beaming. They're like, no, you're lying.
There's a whole crowd like, you're all in on it. Like,
it's like no,
no, literally everybody here will tell you the same thing. You know, like, we're gonna shoot you all because fuck you.
Literally just interview us separately and we will give you literally an possibly similar account
from people, not even our group. You can go to any group.
Yeah, they even say that. They say like every Eldian will have experienced this. We're gonna die. Like your kids. Like it's not even just us. Like your children will die too.
Your
like,
house.
We need to mobilize. We need to do something. Not even we need to do something. Like they're just telling you like shit's fucked. Like, but and then we see the scene. It does one of my least favorite cinema things ever. Where
cutaway.
It does a cutaway, a bullet shoot to a screen cutaway. Because Annie's dad has a moment where he's like, huh. I really like to see my daughter that I abused
epic
again.
Step.
Annie's dad has an epic step, and the guard like shoots him. But
maybe it didn't really sound like it didn't even sound like a bullet being shot either, though.
Yeah, it was just dumb. So we're supposed to be like, oh, is Annie's dad shot? Like that's what the narrative wants.
Also, could just be a warning shot to just settle down the crowd.
I wonder what the answer is.
I've only seen this trope a million fucking times.
I think it needs to be like retired. Like you cannot do the bullet shoot to fade to black.
But you know what's a good version of it is what happened to Levi, because it's explosive. You don't know, like, okay, Levi could possibly survive, or he's royally fucked up. Like it can go either way, and it wasn't like, and Zeke is pretty fucking. There's like multiple like mysteries in that like thing.
That's also way more interesting too.
And more interesting character.
Just a gun.
It's also a more interesting character too.
Yeah, it's like that whole scene is crazy. Like we're talking about like the very end of the final part, the part 1 of the final season. Yeah, because it's like you don't think that Zeke's crazy enough to do it. Like you think that Levi just put him in like a checkmate situation, and then when he actually does it, you're like, what the fuck? Like, and then you see, and then the first thing we saw in this season, part 2,
was
literally Levi's like charred, cracked corpse. Well, semi-corpse.
Well, yeah, well, somehow it's healing factor.
He's mostly dead.
It bandaged back up his head together, just squeezed his head back together.
Just tied him real tight.
Put a clamp on it.
So yeah, that's kind of
that's basically the end of the Annie stuff essentially, and we kind of get back to our group of protagonists, the other scouts that are left. So I guess we'll just kind of go in like the order of like, let's just do like the Armin Mikasa stuff first, because that's like my favorite thing that came out of this.
That was definitely the best scene, because yeah, basically like Mikasa is just. She's
baffling.
As much as the writer has no idea what to do with her, she herself has no idea what to do. It's like she still is just like all she can think about is Eren. And
because Armin's like, I'm going to go after Connie. Like I'm gonna have to try to talk about, because that's just all you can do right now. That's the only thing I can think about doing right now. But she goes like, but what about Eren? Like, fuck. He basically, Armin snaps. He basically goes like,
it's great. It's a
great
moment.
I love Armin. This is why I fucking love Armin. He goes like, I don't know what to do about any of this right now. Like, Eren's a fucking lost cause. There's nothing we can honestly fucking do against this.
What could you? It is so massive. Like, just fighting one colossal titan was like killed Armin before, basically, and now you've got like an army of them, and there's like a million other things. One thing I love, like as Armin's going through this list of things, he's like, shit, like. Historia too, like
Historia could be
in danger. Like, what do we even do? Like, we don't have enough people. Like, the military is completely fucked.
Annie's out somewhere. We don't fucking know.
Yeah, Annie's just like total like chaotic.
The military's fucked. Like, if Flock is gonna fucking do whatever the fuck he wants. Like, there's just like shit's fucked, and it's like I don't know what to do, and like they chose the wrong person to fucking survive.
Oh, this hurts so much because like. I feel like there was I don't know if this was like a thing because I wasn't like watching the show at the time, but I feel like there's so many people that are, like love what's his face, Erwin, that like Armin getting it's like actually like I'm talking about like the fandom, like people think that like Erwin should get it, and like having this moment where Armin like actually he himself believes it. It's like, oh damn,
it sucks, man. Like it really sucks for him, and then like. He goes like, "What do I do? Like, I don't care. Go meet up with Jean. I don't care what you do after that."
Literally,
I fucking love you, Armin. Because it's just a nothing slate, man.
But
Armin has this great character moment. This great, like, we know he's been struggling with this like survivor guilt essentially.
Yeah,
like,
and even like survivor guilt, and also just like genocide guilt because he's done like horrible war crimes.
And now you can say like, now I got to go convince my friend to not save his mother because this child is the key to our like negotiations with the other side, because it's the only way us coming together, essentially.
And that's what I thought was really clever, because basically Armin's making the best play he can right now, because he says that we don't know how much longer, that we could have 2,000 more years of Titan fighting.
Yeah.
We need to have the Titan shifters on our side. If we don't have the other, like, Cart and Reiner, like, we're fucked. Yeah. So we cannot let Falco die.
And getting Falco to get Gabby's trust, who is our, like, segue into getting those two, like...
This is, like, I think it's such a great situation they've crafted, because it finally gives Connie, like, a real, like, thing to do. And
I mean, he already did his thing to do, which is kidnap a child.
But we hate Connie right now, but we understand him. But at the same time, it's like, I hate that Mikasa plays devil's advocate. It's like, what are you going to tell him? That he can't have his mom back? It's like, no shit.
Bitch, yes, that's what I gotta tell him.
You're not going to let Connie kill a child.
Like,
I get, maybe.
Well, we can let him kill a child, but not an important child shifter who's like our who's our like little negotiation.
Yeah, he's a negotiation chip, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, it sucks for Armin that he has to do all this. This precious boy who should not have committed all the war crimes that he has, but
then
he didn't
Armin
choose to be a nuke.
He didn't choose to be a nuke. Unfortunately, got like the worst Titan ability. But so the thing that's like the little shit cherry on top of the scene, after he leaves to like do important plot things, Mikasa looks over and she's like, "Oh, my scarf has been taken. The scarf is gone." It's like, "Kamba,
fangirl."
Just like, Mikasa, I don't want to hate you.
Mikasa's arc is my scarf is gone now. Armin's going through
gotta find my scarf.
Armin's existential crisis. Jean, existential crisis right now. Like Connie, existential crisis right now. Mikasa, my scarf is gone.
And then also but so yeah, obviously I know
those things are the same thing. The Eren and the scarf are just one and the same.
I know what the scarf means. I know why Mikasa's doing this, but it just, as we've said, her whole character is Eren. She has no agency. She literally doesn't know what to do, and not in a way that like Armin is a character where he's overwhelmed, but he's still making the best choice that he can. Mikasa just doesn't give a shit about it. Like, she just says like the Connie thing like as a way to have like an argument against.
She says Eren. I was just say Eren, and then just like has anytime someone says anything to her about like shut the fuck up, get your shit together. She just has like the sad scout, no like emotion from her really, other than just being sad about Eren.
But yeah, I really love this scene. As much as we like shit on Mikasa, like this feels like a very realistic conversation. Like the way that Armin is like. He like snaps
telling it
her,
as it is,
because
like...
Armin never snaps. Like the few times he's always, even when he's being like mean and aggressive, like when he was.
It's more so just a play.
Yeah, he's always under control, and then
he's not actually gonna do anything to himself to like harm them. Like he wasn't really going to go. I wonder if he told Annie in the crystal, like, yeah, and then I told Bertolt and Reiner that I was gonna torture and kill you. Yeah, that's great.
I told him that we were gonna torture you that so bad that everyone in town would be able to hear you scream.
And now that I ate him, I feel really bad about that. But
I'm still really just processing that trauma.
Just a therapy session.
Do you think he ever just like got any weird things off his chest? He's like, I have this really weird mole on my fucking penis.
I wiped my ass with Mikasa's scarf. I didn't tell her.
Eren will kill me if he finds out.
Mikasa will kill me. Eren thought it was hilarious when I told
him. So then we have, I think there's so much. There were a lot of like scenes.
The flock stuff. Before we start with, again, unless you want to talk about when Armin kind of rendezvous with. Did you rendezvous with Jean downstairs first with like Sasha's family and Gabby, or that like after the flock stuff.
I think that was after. I think the flock stuff might have happened before, whatever. But so yeah, the flock scene is pretty important. Like, Flock has basically become like
the
tyrannical.
Joker.
He's basically become the Joker.
He's become the Joker. Like Aaron is my boy. Me and Aaron are super homies. He knows my name.
Well, so what he reveals here is that Aaron told him his plan 10 months ago.
Yeah.
So Aaron basically like told him like make like an uprising, get everything ready. Like the walls are coming down. Like so, Flock has been in on it, and he's been like slowly like pulling the strings in the background as like Aaron's basically attention.
Aaron's working on the outside, where Flock's supposed to work on the inside, essentially. Yeah. And yeah, he kills like a volunteer in front of everybody, and Jean's just watching in horror because like this guy just fall so far.
Mm-hmm. Yelena doesn't even fucking move in this
She's
episode.
still mind broken.
Yeah, she's just still sitting in that chair.
Yakapon's really the one that you're like trying. Like, you see the reaction from this whole thing.
And I think this was really good because I've always kind of played around, like not played around, but I'm always like, why did we get like these volunteer characters? Like, how useful is Onyakapon to the story? And like scenes like this make him very useful because you feel the fear for him. Like you see how ruthless Flock is towards non-Eldians. Like he basically doesn't see them as equals.
He's acting like
he'll just kill them. Like
he's acting how like the opposite of like what we've seen from like the city and everything.
Yeah, how like Marlians would just kill Eldians like for fun, with no not a second thought.
And the volunteers are important because they're bodies for our heroes to have for when everybody comes together because they can get past to Aaron and the Jaegerists.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, he basically just shoots the fucking volunteer, and he goes at the Gene. Like, Flock goes at the Gene, just goes like, "We want the old Gene back. We want you to regress all your character progression. To go back to
back to episode 2, please."
Yeah, you wanted
episode 2.
You wanted the cozy life inside the walls. You can get that now, and like go just turn your back and join us. Just lose all your Mikasa did it earlier. You can do it too.
It really does feel kind of like a meta, almost like a meta moment where it's like, these characters have crossed like a point that they can't return. Like Gene could never return to the old Gene.
Yeah,
because
Gene is like horrified by what Flock did. Like and
the Flock thinks that like because Aaron is committing this mass genocide that we can just go back to normal now. Like
we're fine.
He's like almost like disassociating like reality with like it's just he's a maniac. He's a crazy guy. He's just the power's going to his head.
He's found the Joker. He has a gun.
He's Joker-fied.
He could kill this 1%.
He's gonna get a funny little flower
that shoots acid
at people.
Hilarious. He's gonna get his own Harley Quinn.
It would be. It's gonna be the Mikasa fangirl.
He's gonna dump Yelena into a vat of acid because she's already mind broken right now. So
she's too tall though. She's too tall to be Harley Quinn.
I don't know. Maybe Flock's into that.
She should get the he should get the Mikasa fangirl. That would be perfect, because then she would also
her arc is to have the scarf and then die in front of Mikasa, so if she can get the scarf back and pass on the final ripple,
inherit it from herself.
They'd be like, don't do it for Aaron, unless she like literally just like just tosses it. She said finally admits to fuck Aaron, but that would involve her actually getting character development.
That's true. So. Gene's like mind broken kind of here. He like gets on his knees and he's like, "Fuck, like, this ain't good."
And then basically, and be like, "Oh well, Gene, send all those volunteers to prison." And Mikasa shows up, and then it's basically that end of that.
Yeah, we also have
Keith. We see have a brief moment with Keith and like the recruits essentially, where they're like, "We need to get you out of here because if Flock or the Jaegerists find you, you're fucked." And you just be like, "I'm fucked as it is, man. Like, there's nowhere to go. Like, I can't live on my own because I'm kind of old. Like, and I'm the last of like the military left, essentially."
He really is, like, because he, for whatever reason, he just didn't drink the wine.
He was probably training. He can't just be drunk while training like that.
So yeah, he has this moment where he's like, you just fall in line.
And when the moment comes, as long as you still have your head on, like, you will come out a moment to help out, which is, I love that.
It's very much like a Hail Hydra kind of thing, where it's like,
it's the opposite of Hail Hydra. Which is like, you're gonna be the good guys to come out and help out against the Jaegerists, and your moment will come.
Yeah, which it's really cool to see because like everything has caught our heroes in the back foot. So having this like little nugget of like, there's still like. There's kind of like an advantage they have. Like there's a chance.
All the recruits essentially.
Yeah, that there's like these kids who have like experienced this thing might help them. Like it's cool. It's like cool setup.
Yeah, he's like, why do you think I let you beat me up? Because so you could fall in line and be safe. Like essentially.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Which is funny because he did definitely fuck them up a bit too.
Yeah.
So he also did really hurt them.
Because he does that tough training where I gotta abuse you to toughen you up. Just another lesson to learn in Attack on Titan, I guess.
He also had to make it real.
Sure.
He had to make it look real. You had to make it look. You gotta make it look good. All right. There's a few other scenes. The one that I want to go to now is the Gabby with Kaya.
Basically, it's just the last scene before everybody kind of sets off on their own way, essentially.
Yeah.
Because basically, it's gonna be Armin and Gabby going off for Connie, and I guess Jean and Mikasa have to deal with the volunteer stuff. It seems, and the flock stuff. That's what it looks like anyway. And then so basically, we have a nice moment with Mia and Gabby. I guess just being I forgive you, thank you, all the nice stuff's out of the way, and your Gabby's a dumb name, Mia's better.
It's cute, and they have a hug, and it's just
it's a nice moment.
It's heartwarming because the whole thing with their arc has been they've both kind of been beneficial to each other.
Yeah, they want to kill each other for a long time, and now out of multiple opportunities for both of them to kill each other, they finally can come together now
to hug. If only Eren and Reiner can also have a similar moment where
they've hugged plenty of times in their fights.
That's true. That's all they do.
Yeah, that's all they do.
But no, I want to see them hug outside.
A couple of guys in their Titan forms just screwing around,
Eren's like, "Ooh, I redid your hardening."
Ooh, fighting grab ass,
Also, a little tiny detail, but Niccolo is going to live with the Browse family now.
Yeah,
which is nice. It's cute. It's also probably get him out of the city.
Yeah, the only thing you can do right now.
Also, I want to say this is just kind of a farewell. These characters have been kind of tagging along.
They've been stuck here because of everything that's going on, but it's nice to see they actually get out fine.
Yeah, because it easily could have been if it was season 1, I could easily see them just all get sat on a Titan or something,
or a season later just be fucking destroyed.
Yeah,
but nice little moment send off, and then we basically get our squads of where they're going, and we basically it, and then we have we have a no ED. We have a just straight cutaway
instrumental
version of it. Yeah, there was no actual ED animation, but instrumental version of it with Connie with Falco. Falco has his Titan amnesia, which just works for whatever way convenient to the plot.
It's very true. I mean, it kind of works here because it's other times we've seen it, they forget maybe the first 10 to 20 minutes of before they got Titanfied.
Last thing he remembers meeting up with his brother, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad because he doesn't know forgot what happened to his brother.
Yeah, that's really fucked.
He doesn't really remember what happened to him, and he thinks Connie's gonna go take him to help, but he's going the opposite way, which he's noticing.
Yeah, and so it's kind of there's a lot going on in Falco's head, and Connie's also ooh, am I really gonna do this? Should I kill this freaking kid for my mommy?
All my siblings are dead, but my mom had a chance. He's upside down.
Yeah, it's just it's just Connie kind of grasping on at the last thing. I think losing Sasha too is a big moment. We didn't really talk about that, but they have a line where they say Sasha was a sister to me.
We got the lines more than we saw it, other than that one time they go the
the funny bit. But it sets up this moment better because that was kind of him losing the last person.
Yeah, if she was there, she probably could have talked him out. If Sasha was alive, so many things could have been solved easier. I think Nikolai and Connie could have been talked out probably of everything.
It's just that's why this season, I think in particular, is so good with the ripple effects of actions, and Gabby's whole existence in the story just creates a million problems, and it's awesome because her whole existence is basically because Eren. It's so cool. I love this.
And then it's obviously gonna leave. I guess whenever Armin and Gabby catch up, to be why are you working with her? She killed Sasha. Why? Why should it needs to be a lot of whys from him. Why did my mom not get to live? Why did you get to live? This is not. I get to make the choice now, kind of thing. And Armin gets to be sad more about him being alive, and
it's also it's fucked that Armin has to be the one to confront him because he's already going through so much, but he's got to do it. He's got to fucking.
He's the talker of the group, so
yeah.
But and then after that we have a
little after credits scene.
Yeah, surprise! I thought that was a really quick because it literally went to black and then went back up. What the fuck?
And I knew it was coming because I saw some spoilers. Well,
I know,
seen the series,
but yeah, you see the series, but you didn't know like the episodes.
My fucking whole Twitter feed was just, Levi and Hanji are back. Levi, Hanji. I was like, I guess that seems happening in this episode.
We see my girl, the best girl, Peak,
and Margrath.
Yeah,
she saved Margrath.
Surprisingly, the one decent dude, I guess. And yeah,
yeah,
the one that actually won't just like,
he does care for the kids.
Yes, the one that actually cares for them at least more than anybody else.
He hugged Gabby. That was a cute moment.
Yeah. And they're Keith essentially.
Yeah.
When him and Keith meet and they're just gonna like shake hands like full FMA.
Yeah.
This is literally gonna happen. It's gonna be too powerful. But yeah, we see them kind of like okay, the blimps are gone. We're kind of just fucked here. Like there's probably I don't know what the plan is from here. Like we're kind of fucked. And then Hanji appears. They team up so powerful. Like, hey guys, can we talk over here? Just don't eat me. Just talk.
Also, I want to just say like they didn't need to go so hard with a Peak attack, but like that was really well animated. Like Peak lunging and almost eating Hanji was pretty scary.
I would be like first in line. I want to animate Peak. I would.
But it's just funny because especially for like an after credit sequence, like you don't always expect them to be like, oh,
this episode had that weird extra animation like that was very like a wit thing more than Mappa, where it's just like this is way too extra for a small thing to animate, and they just did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just Hanji's like, yeah, can you help my buddy over here? He's a fighter, and it's just Levi all bandaged up, like he just like I don't know how this person he could possibly fight at all, but
so I think it's kind of interesting that Hanji like I guess she has no move, like she's not gonna try and attack them because that would just be dumb.
He's like, I am unarmed, I just want to work with you.
Yeah, but
give me some of your juicy spinal fluid and.
I guess the fact that like, well, they would have seen like the Eren thing,
yeah,
and also the fact that they were.
Well, at least Hanji did. I'm not sure if Levi is conscious enough to pay attention.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. He's like,
yeah, because at least like Annie was like in a weird state of consciousness compared to Levi, who's like basically like 3/4 dead.
Yeah, he's mostly dead.
He tied up. They clamped his head back together with bandages that she just had. So I don't know where she got that many bandages from jumping into the river.
They found a little hospital on the way.
Sure.
An abandoned hospital.
Sure.
Where
and a horse and buggy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really fun. I kind of have an impression of like everybody kind of teaming up and like coming together slowly. But I didn't expect like Hanji to meet it with Peak and everything.
It's
I felt like
Avengers. It's like Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, Hanji's the Nick Fury. She has the eye patch. But like, yeah, it didn't go the way I thought. Like, I thought like it'd be like meet up in the forest towards Connie's village. But I like it. Just it's weird. Like there's like Hanji and Peak is like a team up so powerful. I didn't even think about that. and Armin and Gabby being the ones going after
Connie.
I wasn't kind of expecting it. I thought it'd be more so Jean, because I feel like Jean would probably be the one closest to Connie out of everybody that's left.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see. Like we have Reiner still taking a nap. Maybe Reiner meets up with Annie and Hitch, because I don't know what Annie's gonna do when she finds out he can't really get out of the city because shit's fucked.
Well, yeah, I mean
they're just riding horse back through the city essentially, or the rubble of the city, and I guess maybe we'll go conveniently by the house of Reiner, because I don't know what Reiner.
Well, they're
does.
in a different city though.
Are they different? Oh,
yeah, they were in Trost.
Oh, okay.
They were in the second layer city, because the whole final season's been taking place in Shiganshi now.
Okay.
Where the first episode starts.
Oh, okay, got it.
So yeah, they have a little bit of ways to go. I think that's why they were getting on horseback and stuff.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're gonna head that direction then.
Yeah.
Probably by convenience sake.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember if they explicitly say. Well, we know that Annie where she
goes back to the district and be like, this is where I was supposed to help invade, and before Reiner choked me out, and I was not made a suspect for this.
Those good old memories that I just remember perfectly.
Yeah, I guess Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes from here. See where the team up. This is like the stuff I've been wanting. It's just like that's what everybody else is gonna be doing here. Once we got done with like a lot of the Eren stuff, Eren and Zeke stuff, which still no Zeke or any Zeke, like what happened to him.
Still no hide nor hair of Zeke because he's a beast.
Eren could have just like absorbed him like Kirby.
Wraps his whole freaking mouth around him.
Whoever that giant form he is now, yeah. His weird, like, fucking, like, flying blimp Eren or whatever it's supposed to be. It haven't really been a good look yet, other than, like, the distance.
It's funny
of it going away.
Yeah.
And the close-up face of Eren.
The manga panel like shows it a lot more clearly. You can actually see it a lot more clearly in the manga. It's the same like shot, but Mappa does like a ton of like blur effects and like cloud effects in the city, so it really obscures
kind of like the rubble,
of,
kind of like the dust forming from destroyed buildings and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, which it makes it look like more cinematic, but you just they're still kind of like sitting on that reveal.
Yeah, all we saw was like it just kind of putting away, and that was it.
Yeah, I really think that we're gonna see like we have to see like more stuff like soon. Like I'm surprised they haven't really shown like the full image of what Eren looks like right now.
Yeah, so we'll see. I guess we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for more.
There was actually one scene in particular that I was shocked was not in this one. I was expecting it. Kind of a meme, kind of a bit of a meme moment.
What, is it one of those meme panels? Or
kind of a meme panel. But soon. It should be next week.
Hopefully
in 1 week we will see the panel that I'm speaking of.
Is it gonna be like Yelena stuff where I could tell right away it's like a famous manga spread?
No, you probably haven't seen it,
okay.
But it's more like a fandom meme.
Okay.
I don't know if there's really any more of those. The Yelena, that one Yelena image,
that's the scowling over Armin and in the blimp image, I could tell right away. We're just like, oh, these are manga spreads that are like famous.
They were like so fucking. They were like everywhere. They're just fucking everywhere.
So, anything else? I don't think I can make any more predictions other than I already did.
No, like doing these weekly compared to when we would do like batches, like there's definitely a lot less to predict because it's like, all right, we just got a little bit of drip in this episode.
Other than like
drip feed,
things I can obviously try to make like the whole scarf being missing thing, and already like it's obviously her fangirl probably has it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can't. There's no way I could possibly predict what Mikasa's arc could be, or if she has an arc.
If she has an arc.
I've been used to like the female character, like the main female character, not having or hardly having an arc, or an arc that just
shonen
revolved around a guy, like a main character. Like reading Naruto and just seeing about Sakura's no arc, and then has a little bit of an arc, and then just shits the bed with her arc.
Yeah, they can't all be Winries.
Funny,
even Winry doesn't have as much focus as Mikasa.
But Winry's a way better character. She has an arc though.
She does.
She has a fucking great arc.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably because the series is written by a woman.
Yes, all the women have a great arc in FMA. It's great
compared to all the shonen. Literally, mostly not.
Every female character is a fucking badass, has an arc. Like even in Attack on Titan, other than Mikasa, every other female character is like great. It had a great actual personality and like goes through shit other than Mikasa. But like, it's just funny kind of going through like the thinking of Naruto, and like she is kind of like Sakura, where like a lot of her character just like she has one moment of like, oh wow, it's her becoming on her own, and then just like, oh no, she regressed, and then oh no, our main character is now shitting on her for like for regressing like that, just being like one-minded to like the love interest.
I think that to give like Mikasa some points, she
Go
is she's really strong, and she's very good at killing.
Yeah. So was Sakura in Shippuden, and then
is she? I thought Sakura's whole thing was that she was also bad.
She was bad in the first half, in Shippuden. We actually got to give her something, and they actually like just gave her like she can just punch really hard.
Because that's the one thing I like about Mikasa is like she actually is always like canonically the strongest. Like
once the power scaling in Naruto gets high, Sakura kind of gets like tossed back when they try to do the shot of everybody's here together. Just like she's like, I finally caught up to you two, to be like, ha ha. It's like Mikasa, like I finally caught up to you two, while Eren and like Armin are like Titans. Yes, it's imagined like that. But at least she's an Aquaman who has like crazy fucking blood powers, I guess, which I hope the gods explained more other than just yes, they're Aquamans. You have the last name. Your genes are just like superhuman. You are a mutant. You are like Wolverine.
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate that there's not like too much power scaling in Attack on Titan. There kind of is with the Aquamans.
Yes.
But like most of the time, the Titan abilities are pretty like it's about like clever usage of them,
or like using the Thunder Spears as like cleverly and like strategically.
Yeah.
Even the strong tools have like workarounds you have to like use with.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm sure people could probably make a case for it. And like Reiner jobbing all the time certainly isn't helping me in that. But like because like I guess you could literally power scale. Oh well, like Eren's stronger than
Reiner's also just like not mentally into it anymore. But he always jobbed when he was into it.
His head's not in the game.
His head has not been in the game since like even when he's undercover. Like his head was not in the game there.
Basically since Marco died. Yeah, he's been. Since he killed Marco.
No, not even Marco. Since the fucking the original Jaw died. that's probably when his fucking mental trauma started.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially like learning like, right before that he wasn't supposed to be the armor choice.
He was there just so that Marcel's brother wouldn't die. Yeah.
Which is like, that's when his mental trauma started, and
definitely.
like, shit's fucked. But like, every other female character that's been like, even Gabby is introduced, just like gets all the development. And Mikasa just like sits there.
Yeah,
I'm so interested when I'm done with this that I can just go back and watch those in defense of Mikasa to see what possibly they could like say to defend her.
I'm without spoiling anything, because I will not spoil anything, but like there are certainly people that like Mikasa a lot.
I know.
I'm sure that they're not the majority of AOT fans.
I know.
I don't know. People, once like the series ended, people started doing that thing where they're like, actually,
this stuff
every choice is
bad.
brilliant. Like every choice is brilliant. Actually, I can't remember who it was. There was like a big YouTuber who the obvious, like, there's a lot of contention about the ending. The ending is not very much.
Yes, it's a very Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but there's one YouTuber, big YouTuber, who made a video and they basically said like, oh, they loved the ending. It was so good. It's like worth it. And I was like, no, did we read the same shit? Like. All right, but I don't want to.
That's always interesting to see, like the people try to defend stuff that's not so good or not good arc, and you see, oh, that's actually underrated. Let's just say, like,
yeah, and I don't want to like.
It's like presume. It's like when we talk about stuff in JoJo that we don't like certain arcs, like some of the Part 6 stuff, or some like the end of Part 8. It's just like, it's not that great, but a lot of people can just like defend it to like and just like make loops around and just like somehow making connections that don't exist.
I think there's like kind of two different things. Like there's people like there's a difference in opinion, and I think there's like things that are legitimately bad adaptations.
Yeah.
Which I guess there's a lot of overlap. But for example, like the things that we like hated in like the end of the current batch of the Part 6 anime, I think like some of them are things that are like, this looks ugly, like this is just like bad looking, which is like I can't imagine people looking at that and saying that's
I think
fine.
That one's definitely a lot more for the animation, but I think more like a Manhattan Transfer, where it was like more about the fight itself, not just it's like where majority of the fight does not matter kind of thing.
Yeah, that was not even an adaptation. I thought that was like adapted decently. It was the problem we had was like, well, yeah, the original story is kind of weirdly paced and like
But you get people who like, oh, I actually love this arc. It's like it's so good. Like it gets so much.
People love fucking Jumpin' Jack Flash. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm not one of them. But
I'm not one of them either.
I still think like I don't know how people can look at the CG in that fight and not be like, this looks so putrid. I can't even like function. I think it looks worse than like the Colossal Titan ever looked with Wit. Honestly.
Yeah, it looked janky as fuck, but
you're not allowed. You're not allowed to talk about it. we must only have good vibes about JoJo. I guess I understand why that YouTuber I'm talking about did a favorable ending of Attack on Titan, because people get mad when you shit on things they like.
Yeah, we know that.
All right, that was kind of a tangent.
It happened. It's something that's gonna happen towards the end of a lot of anime.
Basically, I want whoever is listening to this who is a huge Mikasa stan. I am requiring a 10-page paper at the end of the series.
On my desk.
On my desk. Double spaced, 10-point, 12-point font.
Why Mikasa the best female anime protagonist, better than every female from FMA.
Just change my mind.
Change my mind. Every female character in Chainsaw Man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. It's like, I don't know. I would like to talk about this more when we finish it, but like I'm so interested in why Ishiyama decided to make Mikasa a character. I really don't know why, other than she's hot and she kills.
It's just the dream girl, though, his own wife who they want to make in there, but like just make her like the same trope that a lot of stuff happens of just drooling over the main character.
Let me make Shadow the Hedgehog,
and not even make it like a love triangle. Like it's just a one-way romance.
Infatuation.
It's a literal one-way romance.
Yeah, it totally.
So yeah,
like all the times Aaron is like totally oblivious. Not even like he doesn't care. Like totally oblivious to like her affection.
Hey man, maybe. Okay, there is gonna be that 1 week hiatus. Maybe when we get to Attack on Titan Junior High, and we'll get the actual romance stuff of and the character of Mikasa in there.
There is a very funny. I think it's the Attack on Titan Wiki Twitter account. They did a very funny thing because every time a new episode comes out, they will post like screenshots of like the character of like Hanji or whatever, like Eren Yeager and pictures of him. But they did one for like they said Levi Ackerman. They had him in the new episode, and they also had a still from the junior high show where his face is covered in bandages.
Oh my god!
Like coincidentally, and I was like, "That's really fucking funny."
Oh my god!
They were waiting for that one.
They're licking their lips for it.
Yeah.
But anything else then?
No.
We got our end of episode tangent that we tend to do.
Yeah, this one was like a little too
better than the war crime tangent, I think. But
I thought that was more fun.
That was more fun.
This felt like more housekeeping.
Yeah. How many episodes are we going to talk about like the Mikasa bitch counter, or we bitch about Mikasa?
Yeah, maybe we should have like a moratorium on like Mikasa bitching from now on, because every time it comes up, we just talk about how upset we are about her character.
Yeah, it sucks. It hurts.
I think this one was fine because it was like extremely important. Her like that scene was very pivotal with her and Armin.
I hope it is.
Like
she can regress in that character moment very easily, as I've seen.
I just want you to remember that one OVA with Mikasa.
I don't want to remember that one.
Where she had her ultimate wish, which was to be with Eren, and it still was horrible.
And he died in a weather balloon accident.
Like, even then, in a world without Titans, well, technically the Titans still existed, but where there was no, like, invasion, there was no conflict, Eren still did not care about her at all, and he didn't... He
sacrificed his life for Armin.
Yeah. If anything, it was worse for her, because with her parents staying alive, she didn't get to move in with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess so. It's just weird, man. That whole OVA was weird. OVA was not good.
No. The other ones were, though. That was part of the Annie one, though. It was called Lost Girls.
Yeah, but the Annie's one's the only one that matters.
They're so fucking good.
That one and the Hanji one are the only two you should watch.
Uh-huh.
So...
All right, I'm just gonna say the same things every time.
I know,
but I was gonna say, like, I love the part in the Hanji one where the scout. I don't think they ever say if it's a boy or girl. The scout who's writing the journal is like literally like writing like
while the Titan's like overhead.
Yeah, like while the Titan's like I could feel him biting my skull in half. It's like so fucking funny. Like, why are you still writing? Why did you decide to do this?
For drama? This would be a great nice my book to just end it right when I die.
Also, that's an interesting thing to think about, too. Not to, like, keep this going. But remember that Titan talked?
Yes.
And said, Ymir?
Yes.
And, like, worshipped?
She said you're one of Ymir's people. So, because, you know, actual Ymir, not, like, Ymir, not, like, the Ymir we know and love.
Yeah.
When Falco gets her flashback in his head while he's, like, horseback riding.
Hey, it could happen.
It could happen.
But no, I just think that's interesting. That's the only time we've ever seen Titan talk.
And... No, we've seen Connie's mom talk.
Oh shit, you're right.
She said, "Welcome home."
That's right. She said, "Oh, Kairi, thank you."
Yeah, maybe I may be the only one.
I think so. I'm trying to remember if that Titan was supposed to be like. No, it would have predated the Zeke being on the island, so it wouldn't have been one of his. Because his are the weird abnormals.
Yeah, that was like before, like way before everything. I'm pretty sure, and like
filthy.
That must have been either like. Because I guess Ymir people just means just like
it's an Eldian. It's like before we knew the Eldian was a term.
So it's just a random person.
All right, I thought it was funny to think about that right now. Not funny, but kind of relevant.
Plug it up.
Plug it up.
All right, thank you all for listening to our tangents as we do.
Attack on Tangent.
Don't forget to put your comment of your Mikasa essay in the comments. You hit subscribe. You can also follow the podcast on Twitter or me and Jim separately. You can also join our Discord to discuss all things JoJo or Attack on Titan. And with that, I think that's it.
Yep.
And I think we'll see you next week. I think on episode 83.
It should be 83. I know that I think it's the last episode of the season will be delayed a week. I think it's the last episode.
Is it last episode or second to last episode?
It's 86 or 87.
It's like the end of March. It's just gonna get delayed till like beginning of April.
So all right. Next week should be good.
I hope so.
Next week should be good for us. I think we should get our episode out on time. The
Hopefully.
week after, we might have a bit of a delay.
Oh boy.
Because of the wedding.
Ugh.
That's right. Sam and I are getting married. No.
I didn't agree to that.
No, I'm going to a wedding. So.
We'll play it by ear. But,
all right.
And with that, we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.